1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, what's going on? Scott here at the First Channel. Just coming at you with another video today. Today we're doing something a little different than what we usually do. It's not wrestling, and it's not Marvel Legends, and it's not Masters of the Universe, or DC Multiverse. Today we are going with a NECA figure, and I don't know if I've said this before, but 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a huge part of my childhood, or middle. I guess I was almost a teen, preteen, or whatever you call it. But I was really into the cartoon when I was a kid. That's my introduction into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then we saw almost lost it. Then we saw the movie that came out, I think it was like 89 or 90. And I wasn't ever really introduced to the comic books. I vaguely think I never had the comic book because you really didn't see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first issues of it. I think it was pretty limited, and I'm not even sure if I was going to the comic book store that I used to go to back then at the time. So I was definitely more introduced to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with more the kiddie side, I guess you would say. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a huge deal. Loved the cartoon, loved the movies. Not the third one so much, and even liked watching the coming out of their shell tour, which I used to have the VHS of that and used to watch it all the time. I'm sure it's not as good now as it was back then, but as you can see here, we already have a shredder hanging out here. This was the first release that they had. I can't remember if this was a 2-pack or if it was a single shredder figure. I can't remember because I know they had 2-packs with him, but I think that was a single release. And I'll obviously have that super shredder, which I have not done a review of it because it's been out for a while. But this one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze Shredder. So this one obviously has a few differences. His outfit's a little different in color-wise. The cape kind of looks about the same. And, of course, his helmet is kind of he cut it up and made it look even more shredder-like, I guess you could say, as you can see on the cover there. If you're watching this, you probably love the Turtles too. You've seen the movie, so you know. The back of the box here, typical NECA stuff, showing some of the figure poses. The side there, Secret of the Ooze, kind of the same thing on the other side. No information really on it, so I guess we could go ahead and pop it open and take a look at it. So this one, I want to get the Turtles 2 figures. I've just got the movie one, the first one, and then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 figures. I went ahead and picked those up when they first came out, thinking, oh, these are going to be popping. They are going to be selling like crazy. No one's going to leave these on the shelf. And, well, they didn't sell quite as well as I was thinking they would. So that's the box there. And we have the little bag that had his cape in it. And there's a few differences in the cape I can already see. See if we got anything tied up in there holding him in. And yeah, and we do. I told myself I need to upgrade myself to some scissors so I can stop trying to use this knife in these small little places, trying to get these twist ties out of here. So it's giving me a hard time here. Hold on a second. Okay, so we got him out of there. He was in there pretty tight. His cape on this one has wire in it, obviously, just touching it there. And this one is kind of just a free-flowing cape. It feels really nice, but it does not have a wire in it. And he was in that box pretty tight there. But looking at him compared to what we usually get with NECA, a lot of times you'll get NECAs out and they're pretty tight. This one, though, the joints in it are pretty loose. I don't know. It's been a while since I've opened a new NECA figure. But this one, it feels pretty good. I mean, it's your typical stuff. It's got somewhat of an ab crunch and a twist right where the belt is. And one thing I do dislike about NECA figures is a lot of the time the arms, like I'll do these arms like this and you kind of see them. They're just really puny looking. A lot of the Universal horror ones were that way, because I mean it's basically like it's the molding of their clothes basically, and you're not really seeing their muscles and all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, we got puny little arms with Shredder, but the joints in it feel pretty good. The head turns, but the helmet's kind of hindering that. Um, Other than that, just your typical stuff here. We kind of got, looks like pin knees kind of on his legs, and they are single jointed as usual with NECA. You're not getting too many crazy poses with this. I have found that like with the foot soldiers and Shredder, their feet that they put on these are really hard to get to really stand good. And he's actually doing pretty good. I just had him stand there. But I mean, for the most part, he's a good looking figure. His little Shredder pieces and everything on here are pretty hard, pretty hard. I like that. And the helmet, I don't know if it comes off. I think it does. I think the front piece comes off. Let me see here. We got to get the old spectacles on here so we can take a look. See, I can't tell. I know it kind of goes up there. I'm wondering if it's just, I mean, it looks like it's kind of, yeah. It kind of like goes, oh, it hooks onto his ears is what it is. So, but he can take the mask off. And as you can see, his face is all messed up. I probably will have him on the shelf with the mask on, obviously. So we'll just pop that back on there because, boy, that face is ugly. Trying to get it back on there. His ears back there in there are what kind of, it kind of clamps too. It goes on really easy. Comes off. It's a little hard to get off, but other than that, just looking at it, it's a good looking Shredder figure. And it's not a must, but if you're a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, obviously this is going to be a pickup. And then in our box here of goodies, we have 2 extra pairs of hands, and we're probably not going to get all those out. I might switch them up a little bit when we do some pictures at some point. But let's see what we got here. He's got the, I don't even know what kind of weapon you'd call this, but this kind of looks like the one he had in the first one, you know, when he was fighting the turtles on the rooftop, if I remember correctly. Because if we look back or think about the second movie, weapons weren't a big thing. They were trying to tame the movie down in the second one to be more kid-friendly, I guess you would say. Because the first one they went in more of a, I guess you'd say quasi-mature-ish, more like the comic book, the first comic book. But this one, this sword, the weapons feel really good. The sheath feels good. Definitely feels like this sword could break easy if you got a little too rough with it. But it is a really good looking sword. I don't think it has anywhere to go on him. I guess maybe his little belt thing, you can maybe slide it in through there. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I might max him out with weapons on here. And the hands, you just have 2 of the kind of hands like that, and then the grippy hands. And then the extra goodies here, if you remember in the movie, the second one, they had the giant dandelion from the mutation. And then we have the TGRI, the Ooze. And then, I'm trying to figure out what this is. Oh, this is the little Ooze. I think this is the one he ends up drinking. Then changes him to Super Shredder. And somehow in the movie, Shredder drinks the ooze or whatever it was, the concoction was, and it not only mutated him, but it mutated his suit too. So kind of hokey in that one. I still like the second movie, but I'm more partial to the first one. The third one I'll pop in every now and then, but it's not a very good movie. One thing that's kind of missing on here, I kind of noticed, and I'm not seeing it anywhere in the box, is his blades on his hands. He didn't come with those. So this Shredder, the first release we had, has the gauntlet, the Shredder. So pretty much for the most part, looking at these, I don't know if it's exactly the same mold. Maybe the legs kind of reuse. The arms on the old one look a little bit thicker. And being an older NECA figure, this sucker is stiff. Boy, I'm telling you. And his mask comes off too on the old one. So it'll be a nice addition. Eventually I'm gonna get the second one. The second figure. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 figure, the Ooze, the Turtles figures. I've got, like I said, I got the ones from the first one and the one from the third one. Just waiting, trying to pick my time, maybe sell some stuff to get that box set of those. But that's it. That's it on the shredder. We'll get some closer pictures, obviously, that we'll be perusing through. I think the cape looks really good. The pins, the wire. I don't think the wire is really needed with this shredder. Didn't think it was really needed with this one. I like the way it kind of sits a little better without it on this one. So, but that's up to you. I don't know. What do you guys think? Think we need the wire in the cape or no wire in the cape? Just comment down below what you think. What do you think about this shredder? Are you picking it up? Do you have the old shredder and you don't need one? You don't care for the second movie? Which Turtles movie is your favorite? And cartoon-wise, which cartoon do you like the most? And what do you think about the new movies that came out that Michael Bay did? For some reason, I don't know why, those movies just didn't land. Maybe the look, and they're kind of boring, to be honest. So, but that's it, guys. That's the shredder from Secret of the Ooze by NECA. And if you would, just comment down below, like I said, like I was saying, and just tell me what you think. And if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And y'all have a good one. Later.